अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपं कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। मैं घोर अज्ञान के अंधकार में उत्पन्न हुआ था और मेरे गुरु ने अपने ज्ञान रूपी प्रकाश से मेरी आंखें खोल दी। मैं उन्हें दंडवत प्रणाम करती हूँ। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णवों की जय। श्लोक नंबर 9। अन्य च बहवः शूरा मदर्थे त्यक्त जीविता नाना शस्त्र प्रहरणाः सर्वे युद्ध विशारदा। Now in this shlok, Duryodhan is saying there are many other heroes who are prepared to lay down their lives for my sake, and all of them are well equipped with different kinds of weapons, and all are experienced in military science. Anyacha Bahava Shura means there are so many others. Why is he saying so many others? Because in the previous shlok, he took the name of Bhishma Pitamaha, Acharya Drona, Kripacharya. Then he took the name of Karna, Ashwathama, Vikarna, Somdatti. He said these all warriors, they are in my side, and I have the support of all these warriors, and they are going to fight for me. Now he's saying in addition to these, there are many others which possibly I can't even list because there are so many. So this is kind of showing the confidence of Duryodhan. So he says that all these heroes, they are all well prepared to lay down their lives for me. They are prepared to die for me. And how are they? He's pointing out the qualities. He's saying they are all Nana Shastra Praharanaha. They are all well equipped with all kinds of weapons. They know how to use all kinds of weapons, and they are definitely going to bring victory to me. So here he is talking about the brave warriors who are in his side and how experienced they are in the military skill. And Srila Prabhupada says that the brave warriors like Jayadratha, Kritvarma, Shalya, they are all in the side of Duryodhan. Now when it comes to Shalya, it is very interesting to know that Shalya is the maternal uncle of the Pandavas. He is the mama of Pandavas. And why is he in the side of Duryodhan? It is because that when Shalya arrived at Kurukshetra, Duryodhan made a wonderful arrangement for all kinds of entertainment, luxury and everything. Good food, wine, everything. So Shalya, he became so overwhelmed. When he reached over there, he got a warm welcome, and after being entertained by all these luxurious things, Shalya, he made an announcement that whosoever has made such beautiful arrangement, I am going to fight in his side. Then Duryodhan appeared there and he said, it's me who has made all these arrangements. So Shalya said, okay, I will fight in your side. Now it's important for us to remember that he is the maternal uncle of Pandavas. He came to be in the side of Pandavas, but Duryodhan very nicely he encashed the weakness of Shalya, and this is the political expertise, the political mindset of Duryodhan. So this is how he got Shalya in his side, and now he's feeling very confident of his victory, that all these brave warriors, they are in my side. With all the combined strength, definitely I am going to win. Shlok number 10. Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishma bhirakshitam paryaptam tva idam etesham balam bhima bhirakshitam. Here in this shlok, Duryodhan is saying, our strength is immeasurable. Aparyaptam, immeasurable. Tadasmakam, our strength. On whose account? On whose confidence is he saying? Balam Bhima Bhirakshitam. That Bhim is so powerful Bhishma Pitamaha, is so powerful. He has so much of strength, and we are under the protection of Bhishma Pitamaha. And then in the next line he says, Paryaptam tva idam etesham balam bhima bhirakshitam. He says that the Pandavas, they have the protection of Bhim, and his power is nothing in front of the power of grandfather Bhishma. Bhishma's power is aparyaptam, immeasurable, and the power of Bhim is paryaptam, which is limited. And what is Bhim in front of Bhishma Pitamaha? So here this is a comparative study given between Bhishma Pitamaha and Bhim. And why Duryodhana is thinking about it? Because he wants to feel confident that he has got Bhishma Pitamaha with him. And what is Bhim in front of Bhishma Pitamaha? So when he has got Bhishma, then definitely he is going to win in the war. So this is the mental calculation of Duryodhana. And when he's saying all these things, inside he is always feeling very fearful. But to make himself understand that no, there is nothing to fear, and to make the other warriors also get motivated, he is saying that we have Bhishma Pitamaha with us, whose strength is aparyaptam. And what is the strength of Bhim? His strength is paryaptam. His strength is limited. So definitely we are going to win. And this is a kind of hint given to Acharya Drona that we have Bhishma Pitamaha, whose strength is immeasurable. But in one meaning of aparyaptam is insufficient also. One meaning is immeasurable. For that he is saying to praise Bhishma Pitamaha, and the other meaning of aparyaptam is insufficient. So this he is giving a hint to Acharya Drona that though we have Bhishma Pitamaha with us, whose military strength is aparyaptam, immeasurable, but he has become old. So his power is now not so much like it used to be. Now it is somewhere insufficient to get us victory. So he is giving a hint to Acharya Drona that you have to fight very, very fiercely to get us victory, because Bhishma Pitamaha, though his military strength is aparyaptam, but he has become now old. So all these things give us a very, very clear understanding about Duryodhana's character. Now, Shlok number 11. Ayaneshu cha sarveshu yatha bhagam avasthita bhishmameva bhirakshantu bhavantah sarva evahi. He's saying that though we have full support of Bhishma Pitamaha, Ayaneshu cha sarveshu yatha bhagam avasthita, we have full support of grandfather Bhishma. But he is telling this to all the other warriors that wherever you are positioned, from your position, you have to give full protection to whom? To Bhishma Pitamaha. Bhishma eva bhirakshantu bhavantah sarva eva hi. That wherever you are positioned, from there you have to give protection to Bhishma Pitamaha, because Bhishma Pitamaha is now old and he cannot handle everything. So after praising Bhishma Pitamaha in the previous shlok, where he says aparyaptam for the military strength of Bhishma Pitamaha, now he is thinking that he must praise others also, other warriors, and he is making them feel important, that it is because of you only I am going to win, and so we have to give full protection to Bhishma Pitamaha, because till Bhishma Pitamaha will be in our side, definitely we are going to win. So he says that Bhishma Pitamaha, since he has become old, though his power is immeasurable, but since he has become old, so we all have to give him protection from all the sides, because he might become engaged in fighting in one side, and then the enemy, which is the Pandav side, they might take the engagement that Bhishma Pitamaha is fully engaged in one side. So therefore it is important for all the other warriors not to leave their position, so that they can constantly give protection to Bhishma Pitamaha and the enemies cannot enter and reach up to Bhishma Pitamaha. So this way Duryodhan is giving instructions to all the other warriors as well. Duryodhan, after praising the power, the strength of Bhishma Pitamaha, then he thought that all the others, those who are present here, they might think that they are less important and I am not giving them the due importance. So in his diplomatic way, he wanted to adjust the situation. So he started saying that though Bhishma Pitamaha is undoubtedly the greatest hero, but he is an old man. So everyone must think that, we have to give protection to Bhishma Pitamaha from all sides, and it is just possible that he might get engaged in fighting in one area, in one side, and then the Pandavas will take the advantage of this. So therefore it's very, very important for all the other brave heroes, warriors, those who are in the side of Kauravas. So he's telling them that to be positioned in their own area, in their own place, and give full protection to Bhishma Pitamaha. And then Duryodhan remembered that in the presence of Bhishma Pitamaha and Acharya Drona, he will definitely win. The victory is his, because he well knew that these two generals, these two great warriors, they did not even speak a word when Arjun's wife Draupadi was in a very helpless condition, and she appealed to them for justice, for help, when she was being insulted in the court of Hastinapur. So he remembered that these two generals, they just kept quiet at that time. They did not speak a word, in spite of having all their love and affection for the Pandavas. So he hoped that in spite of all the compassion, love, everything, they will continue to support Duryodhan now also, as they had supported them during the gambling, during the game of gambling, and they did not protect Draupadi from being insulted. So this is the diplomacy, this is the political mind of Duryodhan, that he feels very confident that these two people, though they have love and affection for the Pandavas, but as they gave full support to him at that point of time, so they will do the same now also. So shlok number 12. Tasya Sanjay Nayan Harsha Kuru Vriddha Pitamaha Singhanadam Vinodya Che Shankham Dadmau Pratapavan. Tasya Sanjay Nayan Harsha Kuru Vriddha Pitamaha Singhanadam Vinodya Che Shankham Dadmau Pratapavan. Bhishma Pitamaha, he became so happy, because Duryodhan had appreciated him so much, that his powers are immeasurable, and till the time Bhishma Pitamaha is there, victory is definitely going to be in his side. So Bhishma Pitamaha, he was very happy by hearing all the appreciation, and at the same time he knew that his grandson Duryodhan, he is fearful from inside, and he is quite depressed also, because Bhishma Pitamaha is very, very experienced. So he could very well sense that Duryodhan is depressed and he is fearful from inside. So what did Bhishma Pitamaha do? Tasya Sanjay Nayan Harsha Kuru Vriddha Pitamaha. Kuru Vriddha means the oldest of the Kurus, that is Pitamaha, grandfather Bhishma. What did he do? Singhanadam Vinodyoche. He loudly blew his conch shell. Shankham Dadamau Pratapavan. He blew his conch shell very, very loudly. How did he blow it? Singhanadam, like the roaring of a lion. And why did he do it? He did it purposefully to cheer up the depressed grandson, the depressed Duryodhan, because he could sense it very well that his grandson Duryodhan is depressed, and in the war, the warriors need to be filled with enthusiasm and cheer. So, Bhishma Pitamaha, he thought, since I am in the side of the Kauravas, it is my moral duties, my responsibility to cheer up, to fill up all the warriors and especially Duryodhan with enthusiasm, so that the depression of Duryodhan moves away. And Srila Prabhupada explains that the loud conch shell of Bhishma Pitamaha is compared with the loud voice of the lion. This was the power of Bhishma Pitamaha. And at the same time, Srila Prabhupada explains that Bhishma Pitamaha blew the conch shell very, very loudly because in the opposite side, in front of him, he saw Krishna, who is the Supreme Lord. Krishna is in the side of Pandavas. So he saw Krishna, Ete Chanch Kalam Punsam Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Bhishma Pitamaha is a great devotee of Sri Krishna, and he knew it very well that when Krishna is in the side of Pandavas, Duryodhan does not stand a chance to win at all. But just to remove the depression from the mind of Duryodhan, he blew the conch shell very loudly, and the other meaning which Prabhupada is explaining, he blew the conch shell very loudly to make an announcement that Pandavas are going to win because Krishna is with them. And we blow the conch shell during the worship, during the arati. So by blowing the conch shell loudly, he did the arati of Krishna, and in the other hand, he tried to motivate the depressed grandson. So I'm sure all of us, we have understood the shloka very nicely, and the lesson that we have taken from this shloka is, if we have everything in our life, that is all the strength, all the power of wealth, money, people, everything, but if we do not have Sri Krishna, so then it is no chance that we will become victorious. But on the other hand, if we do not have anything, like Pandavas, they lost everything, but they have Sri Krishna. They had Sri Krishna. So the victory was theirs. So we must also try to bring Krishna in our life by reading Bhagavad Gita, because Krishna has said that I am Bhagavad Gita. So if we read Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna is with us, and then definitely we are going to be victorious. The way Srila Prabhupada is explaining it to us, if we continue to read, so then we will be also victorious wherever we are in our life. Hare Krishna, Hari Bol. I bow down to Srila Prabhupada for giving us the most secretive knowledge of Bhagavad Gita in such an interesting and understandable manner. I thank all my listeners who take out time to listen to the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. I request everyone to please write the comments, as it encourages me and enhances the understanding of others. Please do write your comments, and in case you have any questions, please do write. I will surely try to answer them. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anant Koti Vaishnavon ki jai. Please do not forget to subscribe, like and share with others. Hare Krishna.